Welcome to the Hangover Breakfast show. And if you just tuned in, today we're saying, can you turn a whore into a housewife? And we're getting your text messages on 0769122851. It's the most unconventional show of the week. Text messages coming in. You can also give us a call on 0212617140. Welcome back, our producer's on fire. A big round of applause to the people who produce our show on Saturday. He knows what's up. He knows which songs to play.
Oh, by all means, he definitely does.
All right, okay, so text messages coming in.
Okay, I must emphasize, as I read the messages, that we're not talking about Christianity today. I think we just, we talked about Christian movies that I watched over the weekend, but the show that we're talking about is not Christian. And I think even Steve did not accept my Christian solution to a worldly problem.
Oh, so let me guess. Everything has become like
Christian.
Oh my.
Yeah, but let's run through it. This message says, "Sweet Cherry, you sound so Christian. So tell me, was Adam created alone? Research, Amwina."
Do you have to do research for that?
No.
He was created with animals.
Okay, thank you.
Were the animals created before him?
Sorry?
Animals were created before Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he said, okay, this is your stuff, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Take it over. Then he got bored and he was like, okay, what's wrong? You've been seeing these monkeys doing bad manners?
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking like, oh man, how come these monkeys get to do bad manners?
And I don't.
Why can't I do bad manners? Oh, then God was like, all right, let me...
So this message says, hi, Stephen Kazi. Enjoying the conversation, but you two go on a date show. 30 minutes conversation with Steve. I'm Dagtech, top fan of Steve. Steve.
No, we wouldn't work in the Kazi.
No, I'm not even saying that.
I mean,
I'm just saying that.
Oliver, imagine me walking into a restaurant with somebody dressed like a Nonge winner.
But Steve, analyze guy. I can make sure that na poka baby ngamwana kopa la iwe. Okay, let's get to the rest of our messages. Imamabadi, good morning. A man also can change a woman. Piket Shala song Namsonda from the village. Please play the song.
You killed him.
Yeah.
And every time a man would show us some sort of kindness, he would be her man.
Yeah. Good morning, Stephen Kazi. I really love this show. You can't change a hule to a housewife. It can't never. Unless she decides to change. And Aishuba na Yesu, muchinka na mchini. Not Yesu waba papa. Mchola kombe. They're on. True change can come from there. Sana sana le sanga ingidam. Good morning, Sosican Princess. Firstly, Steve, let's get this word correct. Gigolo? Gigolo?
Gigolo.
Gigolo?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Sosik and the Princess. Sosik, what's happening? You're not having hangovers these days. Have you found a remedy? Or you've stopped indulging in the bed? Or entertain you no matter how many healing and deliverance prayers you may go through? I mean, you in a public toilet, same. And for me, I don't do public toilets no matter how urgent the call is. So for others, maybe they can give a gigolo a chance. Ine, as mapalo use in dollar, can't never.
From the planet Whoredom.
Okay.
Yeah, just in the male sort of aspect.
And what are we calling the girl?
A whore.
Oh, okay. Okay. This message says, Esaka cannot turn into a tent. This should have been Josaka. In Commander Kalimanshi's voice, I'm Tafasi. Good morning. And good morning. Martin from Livingston goes on to say, it's possible some are there to look for a lifetime partner, and some do find proper partners, and they're happily married. I'm Martin again from Livingston. Then this message says, Hallmark is still there. Yeah, good morning.
It is still there.
Yes, it is still there. If the Bible included every aspect of Jesus' life, it would fill up the entire world. Mary Magdalene once lived in Whoredom world, then she met Jesus, and the rest is history. And this message says people change.
She didn't marry Jesus.
No, she didn't marry.
She just met Jesus. Who did she marry? Let's ask how the guy, what he went through.
Really, Steve? People change, and even virgins can become professional prostitutes while in marriage. It's a gamble, really. Steve, mkamfuta story kai Saturday, what you promised. Stephen Kazi, I've struggled with the authenticity of Christianity because what I see often doesn't match what I read in scripture. There is a disconnection between the teachings and the actions of those who claim to follow them. The inconsistencies and biases within different denominations make it hard for me to fully buy in. MK, not because they want to, but because of circumstances. So they can be bought into the house. I don't know. Good morning, guys. Enjoying the show. I was Steve Wakule Cafe. Have a blessed weekend from El Cool.
El Cool. Thank you very much for your text. You can call us up on 0212617140. And you can also send us text messages on 0769122851.
It's like they say, you can take a girl from the village, but kalafyaka bukam shikadia. Nangu mtwale Buckingham Palace States kafumemo tika shadi do tuma aspects tumofe tula shadi la fe pantemi vele ya.
Akala nunca vem kuni.
Midnight poison deal or anything else, but still there is always something that remains.
Let me start my story then.
Yeah,
it's not a mkamfuda. Okay, I guess you can call it that.
What we can mkamfuda?
I don't know why I'm telling this damn story though.
Oliver, I hope you're recording this. Let's hear it.
All right. I had a friend.
Okay.
I had a friend, a lady friend. Yeah.
A lady friend.
Yeah, like we were like really good friends, and she had come from a troubled past. That's why even this same story, this same thing that you're talking about, we can connect. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she came from like a really troubled past.
Explain this friendship first. Let's establish the sort of friendship that you
had
with her.
We were like buddies. Like hey, achan boy, achan. And then we used to go and have drinks together. We would dance together. We would have a good. But I'm just saying that it wasn't like that. She was very gangster, you know.
Okay.
Like very gangster. Like you'd have male conversations and she'd be there and she'd contribute because she had a lot of experience in a lot of things that the world had dished to her. Yeah. Okay. So we had a whole group of friends like Bugsy. There's a guy called Grip Cabello. We used to hang out as a group, and she was always usually our friend. Yeah. So. There's a point in her life where she was trying to get into a new sort of life. Yeah.
Did it work?
Yeah, I mean, with us it did. Like we embraced her like our own.
I mean, you embraced a girl like your own.
Yeah, like
guy,
our own,
like a homie.
Like a homie, and we took care of her, paid for things for her, and we were just like that. Getting better with her life. I mean, everything had changed. Even the way she looked, how she dressed, how she addressed herself. Mm-hmm. Those people that have a hard life. Yeah. Yeah. So at some point, the friendship became so nice, right? So good. And this is a confession, by the way. This is my Kafuda story. At some point, like it became so good. She's like, you know what, Steve? I mean, like I'm a certain age. I think she was like 32 years old then. It's like I'm 32 years old. I really would like to have a child, but I don't have anyone to have a child with. So she said, can you help me have a child? Yeah, so I was like, okay. Like, what does that entail? I just want to have a child. Don't worry, you won't be involved in this whole thing. You won't be involved. I just want to have a child so I can have something of my own that I can have, because I think I've reached a point in my life where I need to have a child. So me as my generous savior complex self,
generous with your reproductive organs.
Oh
really?
Man, that's what I'm
Does
saying.
Your generosity stretch
so I'm telling you that this is like a really hard story to tell, but since I initiated it this week, let me just tell it. So that's how, yeah. So the process started happening. The journey to conception started happening.
You're sick.
Yeah. So it finally happened.
Oh my word!
Like somebody was with child.
With child?
Yeah, with child.
For you?
Yeah. So
okay.
So it was a secret between myself and her. Yeah. So. Unfortunately, so that's how all through the months, this thing doesn't want anything to do with me, and all sorts of things. So as a group, that was the story that we ran with. Yeah, we ran with that story. Like, oh yeah, okay, cool, man, and everybody just ran with that.
Is this like a true story? Somebody has sent us a message saying you've got too many stories to make. Sometimes I think it's just something you watch.
I lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I had to leave town because I had found a new job somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I went. I went to another place and found that the child had been born, and I was like, oh, okay, great, the child has been born.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came and so I wasn't in a relationship with her. We were very good friends who just happened to have a child together, and I wasn't supposed to be involved.
Okay. Yeah. Go on with your story.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, 6 months after the birth of the child, she passed away.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, she passed away. So before passing away, the question was asked, who is the person involved in this? And
can you ask the question that was asked? It was, who
like
is the father of the child?
Yes. And then this is how that happened, where she let the cat out the bag. So that's how everyone knew, like, really? This guy? Like, really? It's him? When she passed away, I was the guy. Do you understand? Like, I was the husband. And, and even at the funeral, I remember it was like really sad. We all came as friends, and then we were all standing there like mourning our friend, and then they said, "Oh, no, Baba, don't be se po babi ke po amadu." And I'm like, "Eh?" And I looked around, I was like, "Oh, is that me?" And then all my friends came with me, and the relatives were so upset, right? They were so upset because they thought I was like mocking the death of this lady, because I think they honestly did think that I was like her boyfriend or like our husband or things like that. They didn't know that we had a sort of just a good relationship as friends, which I think we were a bit naive and a bit careless with it as well. The thing, but the cousin came and shouted at me. He said, "How do you look back when somebody says who's the husband?" Because I was trying to figure out whether there was some sort of husband who was going to come out of the woodworks. You know what I mean? But it was me they were talking about. So I didn't want to disrespect anyone. I just went there and put the flowers and whatever. I just want to say, you know what, guys? I am not anything. I'm just...
You were there
so anyway, my friends went through this whole thing, with me. And then there's the time where...
Bagsy and Grip Cavello.
Everybody, man. Like, all my friends. We went to the funeral. So I was like, thanks, guys, for coming to the funeral. Participating. And so I went by myself. With a whole family of them. With a whole family of them. And me. And by myself. So I sat there on the chair. Then they asked me a lot of questions, because they honestly didn't know what was going on with her, because she had been AWOL, like she had been part of our group for like 2 years. You know what I mean? Like 3 years. We're the ones who are like really taking care of her for those 3 years. No, it wasn't. I'm just saying. Yeah, anyway, whatever it is. So this child is going to go to the orphanage or whatever it is. So I was like, eh. And I was living with my girlfriend by the time, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how they gave me the child. And that's how
6 months old baby?
Yeah. And my girlfriend didn't know anything about this, by the way.
Wow.
So that's how they gave me this child, by the way.
Wow.
So that's how they gave me this child. Going to, pay for this, get a cab. And that's how somebody came to me and said, you know what, Steve, I really want this child, the cousin. I really want this child. I don't have a child, and I would really like to take care of this child. And I was like, really? You want to? Yes, I can take care of this child. Don't worry about it. That's how I gave this child to the cousin. And that's how I went back home, and I looked at my girlfriend. I couldn't even tell her the damn story.
You see why you can't marry somebody who's been committing whoredom? Because you don't know what they've done in their... See why you can't marry somebody who's been committing whoredom? Because you don't know what they've done in their whoredom.
Do you know when you're living with your girlfriend and you get back and she has no idea what you've been through the whole day? You want to tell somebody about what you've been through the whole day. You want to tell somebody about, okay, but I went through some sort of experience here, but you couldn't because it would jeopardize your relationship. And fast forward,
I attended that wedding. And that's the wife I knew.
And fast forward, I got divorced from that lady because of that same story.
Oh my word!
That was the same story that led to my divorce. Just in case a lot of people want to know about that.
Wow.
Yeah. So so now there was the cleansing ritual, which I didn't even know I was going to go through. Because I didn't feel like I was... I never did. But here I am a young man. I don't know anything about culture. I don't know anything about rights. I don't know anything. And then this family is like really deep in their culture.
Yeah.
Like they're deep with their culture, right? So so they told me that you have to do this so we can cleanse you and what. I was like, I don't, in my mind, I was like, I don't really care about cleansing. But they thought it was very good for me to have peace with them as a family. So I was like, anyway, I'm alone here. I mean, I'm outnumbered. There are like 20 of them. I'm like by myself. I'm a skinny, dark-skinned guy. I mean, what can I do? So there's like you run around the house 3 times.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, symbolizing what exactly?
I have no idea.
Oh
I just did
God.
whatever they were telling me to do. Run around the house. Then you had to like get a pot and put try to do it like you're cooking in Shima or whatever it is. I did that. Then there was something about sleeping with the grandmother.
As in sleeping?
That's why during the week in actual tradition you actually do sleep with the grandmother, like you have carnal knowledge with the grandmother, but they made it clear that okay, that's too much, so you just have to sleep next to her. But if my friends could see this stuff, as I slept next to her, then they're like, okay, it's been 5 minutes, okay, now you can get up and do something else. There's something about a chicken, there's something about that. Like I went through that stuff. It was crazy. Like it was the craziest experience I've ever had. Goodness, we didn't come. I was like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone else. But anyway.